the captain's short journey, the one boat we get asked about more than any is Stabicraft boats. Some people just can't get their head around how an alloy boat can be one of our favourite rigs. I'd be seriously happy to admit there is no other trailer boat I'd rather be in when the shit hits the fan. Truth is, some of our best adventures have been on Stabicraft boats. We've caught kings out of New Zealand, crays from King Island, and even marlin off the east coast of Australia. The innovation from New Zealand's most prolific boat builder has been off the hook. They pioneered positive buoyancy alloy boats. They were designed for snaffling snails along the coastline of the Southern Ocean. They had to bounce off rocks and still float, even if they copped a gutful of water. The original was called Alley Duck, and it was built by Paul Adams and Bruce Dickens out of a backyard workshop in Bluff, New Zealand in 1986.
We have a dedicated team at Stabicraft, striving to provide the best possible solutions for all our customers' needs, both recreational and commercial.
Even Eric Highland of White Pointer fame rode aboard the original Stabies, secretly snatching snails from Stewart Island. Small world, hey? More recently, they made centre cabs cool with the 2750 and the 2250. Then they went one better with the pilot house design. If that's not enough, they even put a door right in the middle of the cabin and called it the walk-through. Originally designed for the Pacific Northwest over in the US, the walk-through has proven a big hit down here in NZ too. Now that's not it on the innovation front. They've also added wheels to a few of these things and made them amphibious. The innovation doesn't stop there. The crew down in Invercargill have just launched the brand new 2350 Supercab. This offshore rig features a massive 400 litre fuel tank, a wider beam than the 2400, and a bigger internal volume. This week we're down in New Zealand. We're going to actually catch up with the gurus who designed these boats.
So I'm Sam Mellon, I'm a design engineer at Stabicraft. I've been at Stabi for about 5 years in design. I started out as an apprentice, went away, worked for another company for a few years, doing the hands-on boat building side, and then come back to Stabi to get into design. Yeah, some of them weren't the prettiest things, especially the bolt-on fiberglass cabins on some of the super cabs, 2000 sort of era. They were an interesting boat, but yeah, we've come a long way since then, and they're looking pretty sleek and aerodynamic now. Yeah, so the biggest design changes, a lot of time spent in developing hulls, a lot more time on the water, working out what improves certain aspects of the boat. Another major design change has been multi-use spaces. Used to sort of just be, your standard bolt-in seat boxes, maybe a cooker and a sink on the side. Now, folding away. Like the new 2500's got a bench top extension that is a bed on one side, a bench top on one side, and then it tucks away for when you're travelling out to your fishing zones or whatever. We've got probably about 5 full-time designers, a design manager. We've got another guy that sort of does market research and early stage concepts, comes up with the crazy ideas, and we've sort of got to run it through into production, tame him down a wee bit. He gets a bit out of control with some wild and wacky, wonderful ideas. So you get inspiration from everywhere, like a lot of house architecture and that, clean, sharp lines, a lot of that, big glass panels, some cool cars in the past, like Mustangs and some of that. They're different lines to what we have, but they're definitely cool sort of design lines and that. Down to not some aesthetic sort of inspiration, but like the caravan and RV side of it, they've got some pretty cool stuff now that we can sort of take ideas and get inspiration from, especially like back to that multi-use space. The old caravans, they do 1,000,001 things and they're only 20 foot long and got it all jam-packed in. So you get a lot of inspiration from that side of it. For the likes of the walkthrough, that was predominantly designed for the US market. We actually thought it wasn't going to go that well, New Zealand, Australia. But as soon as you start getting it underway, you know, there's some cool features like being able to walk up onto the bow, stuff like that. It just takes off in other markets. So yeah, the predominant research is done, and then we develop through pretty crude concepts, like real quick and sort of test early, fail early. So we get a lot of concepts up, and we'll go through what we do and what we don't like. We're trying to push the boundary, get, you know, more inspiration, edgier lines, just trying to make more space out of what we're given. Lean forward glass like ultra cabs and that give us quite a, you know, a great use of space, because you can just move that dash that much further forward. Yeah, it's quite interesting, like seeing something on screen, you might think like, geez, this is ugly, and then you get it on the floor and it's, you know, it's a thing of beauty. Or it can go the other way. You think on the screen it's going to be, you know, you've hit the home run, and then you get it on the boat and it looks like a big bloody wart off the side. You know, min-coated brackets and that are a prime example. So yeah, you get, sometimes you're impressed, sometimes you get a shock, but it goes both ways. It's cool just seeing, you know, what you can do, coming from a rough sketch on a whiteboard to, in the Inventor software, to what spits out the end as an end product. It's pretty cool seeing the whole growth of the whole project really, and what you can do when you put a bit of innovation into it.
I think, as we all know, the world's becoming quite a lot smaller place to live and work in, and I think Stabicraft has the ability to actually provide a global product for a global market.